We don't hear much about the container port development these days. It's gone through all kinds of different manifestations, and the media occasionally gives us updates on the new twists and turns every now and then. But just after the election is over, the current contract with the port marketers is expiring, and the very new mayor and council will be faced with the challenge of deciding what to do with it next. My fellow candidate for mayor, Rankin McSween, wants to bring it to tender, and I will not argue with the need for transparency and fair competition. But I do have an idea and a recommendation on who might be best to take the lead on the new development contract. Now, do you remember when Mayor McDougall supported the renewal of the contract before? She expressed her reluctance, but she put her faith in Chief Terry Paul, who had signed on with an equity investment. Well, look at where we're at now. It's a very difficult thing to do as mayor and council to even contemplate pulling the rug out from under Chief Paul, Chief Denny, and other First Nations leadership who have made investments and are looking at playing a role in the future development of the port. Now, I can't tell you that this is set in stone, but I can tell you what I'm thinking. 13 First Nation communities own 250 acres of what is called Nova Zone, or the Logistic Park, and that's a 20% take. And Membertou Corporation, under the leadership of Chief Terry Paul, are equity partners in Novaport to the tune of $6.8 million. So whatever skepticism there's been about the container port development over the years, the skepticism as to who can get things done is never directed at Chief Terry Paul. Membertou is absolutely thriving, and it's the fastest growing community and commercial area in the CBRM. He's building new housing when the rest of the municipality is sluggish, and he's building the 7th exchange, which is likely going to be the Dartmouth Crossing equivalent for the CBRM. And he closed a deal for $1 billion acquisition of Clearwater and their licenses. So my idea for your consideration today is that we might look at inviting Membertou Corporation directly to take on the signatory role of a new port development agreement for the Greenfield site. This would bring Chief Paul to the forefront of the relationship with the CBRM, and it would also allow him to protect Membertou Corporation's investment with the previous port marketing team. The CBRM isn't developing the port asset itself. If there's feasibility of doing so, we need to select a partner with the highest likelihood of pulling it off. For now, this is just an idea, and it has a lot of moving parts. And as your next mayor, I'm going to need to sit down with the CBRM solicitor and the CEO and vet this idea. We'll have to look at all the responsibilities and the legal criteria that have to be met to make sure that it's feasible before bringing it to council for discussion. Now, if we tender it, there's always the possibility that we could receive some alternative proposal or a proposal from the current signatories to the contract that is newly compelling. But a proposal from the leader of the most successful economic engine in the municipality and one of the most successful First Nations communities in the entire country certainly doesn't seem like a bad idea. Now, does it? I'm Joe Ward, and I'm a candidate for mayor in the CBRM, and I'm making my ideas and my platform fully transparent to everyone so that you can know me and you can know how I think when making decisions. We have to know more about our candidates than a name and a slogan on a planted lawn sign or a selfie of them knocking on a door, and that's how it's done. So if you like where I'm going with this idea, please share.